Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Index Office Hours. Today is the 26th of November for you guys. It is the 27th of November for me because I am in Asia and it's midnight at the moment. And this is Index Office Hours 185. Yes, that's right. We are almost at the 200 mark, which is great. For anyone who is new to Index Office Hours, this is the town square where ecosystem participants come together and discuss the most important and relevant topics for indexers. As always, this is a conversation and we love participation, so you can get involved in today's conversation via voice or text. And if you're having any challenges with voice, please do let me know. I'll get for you. As a reminder, this is a session that will be recorded and posted onto public channels like YouTube. Not concerned about privacy, please bear that in mind. And with that, always give a shout out to the latest 𝗨𝗀𝗂𝗧𝗧 episode, and today's no different. We have Jeroen, I believe is how you pronounce his name. And he is the Chief Operating Officer at Persistence Labs. I do believe we have already given him a shout out for last week's episode. So I will refrain from repeating myself here, but if you do want to check out the episode, I'm sure Juan has already posted in the chat. Let me have a look. Open up the chat function. Why is it not working? Oh, here we are. Yeah, okay. Yes. Juan has posted. Thank you very much. And the agenda there as well. Fantastic. Cool. Well, in that case, because we're going to skip the opening remarks, I'm going to hand straight over to Anna for our regularly scheduled Report Watch section.
Thank you, Abel, and hello, everyone. Okay, so today in Report Watch, we have nothing from execution layer clients or consensus layer clients, and all of our new releases are in the graph stack. So we have had a new release on the graph node, which is 0.36.0. This introduces a notable features such as substream support, a new IPFS client, and enhanced error messages, and just overall improves the functionality and debugging processes. It has some bug fixes, for example, addressing the performance and stability, some stability issues, and just overall smoother operation of the whole infrastructure. This is medium urgency, so yellow urgency. So do update, but in your own time. Then on indexer service, so this is TypeScript version. We have a new release for so 0.21.9. This contains a bug fix related to reallocating allocations for active processes, ensuring smoother operations in scenarios with over 1,000 allocations. So this is an important fix if you haven't already done it, and specifically for those indexers with really large operations. Then we also have a new release for Subgraph Radio. So this is version 107, which just updates the Grafana dashboard based on user feedback, and updates the GraphCast SDK dependency version to 107. This is a very low priority update, but if you depend on the Grafana dashboard, go ahead and update it. And we also have Launchpad chart PR to match that. That should be merged very soon in this week. Okay, this is all I have. I'm gonna see if 𝗨𝗀𝗂𝗧𝗧 can join us for asking questions around for any like tab related questions as agreed from last week. But in the meantime, over to you, Juan.
Thanks, Anna. Okay, getting into Protocol Watch, starting for forum governance, we have a bunch of requests for information about disputes. That includes JDR 19 and 21, which are essentially the same one that we've been having for a couple of weeks, where an indexer was posting the same POI for non-failed subgraph, which apparently the indexer has failed. The indexer finally responded, I think in GDR21. It didn't realize that that was happening. Apparently, it's something to do with their own infrastructure and the way that the agent interacts with it. So we'll see how that evolves. But for the time being, those are the two new ones related to that one. There's also a GDR20, which is related to Index Africa indexer. If you want to go into more detail, there's a lot of description in the thread that it's linked in the agenda. Then we have the chain integration tracking dog, which has been updated with guides for, I think, 𝗨𝗂𝗪𝗀 BNB and Mode and Sora, if I'm not mistaken. So there are guides for those ones, which I think were really kind of like in a good place, but now they have guides. And then we have one of the most important threads in a while, which is GRC20 knowledge graph, which kind of like explains the new standard that's being proposed. And yeah, that's pretty much it for forum governance. Forum research, we don't have any updates. For the contracts repository, we have a few small PRs, mainly chores to bump some versions and using hard hat secure accounts. And then adding GRE and SDK with support for Horizon. For the network subgraphs, we don't have any new updates, and that's pretty much it for Protocol Watch. I don't see Paka around, so I'm gonna be handing over to Abel now.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So can you guys hear me, by the way? So I've just changed to a new internet source. So hopefully I shouldn't be cutting out now. Okay, cool. Well, thank you both for your respective sections. Thank you also for confirming that you can hear me. Appreciate that. And as promised from last week, we have a follow-up discussion for TAP. What is this? We are color coding now. Okay. Nice. Yeah, as discussed last week, we want to make sure that everyone's questions are answered in relation to TAP. And Gusto has just joined us in great timing. So we will be having another Q&A session for today's IOH, all focused around TAP and making sure that everyone's questions are answered. I remember Anna having a document that she shared last week. So maybe Anna, if you want to share some additional things from that document, you're more than welcome to. And yeah, this general discussion will be about TAP, and we want to do this up until the deadline, just as we discussed last week, just to make sure everyone is all agree in that respect. So yeah, don't know how we want to do it, Anna. If you want to lead again like last week, or if you want to just open up straight to Q&A, the choice is yours.
I don't have anything. Hello, Gustavo. Thank you for joining us. I think it's more Q&A. There is one question that Pierre was asking, and I didn't have the right answer for him. So I'm just gonna copy the link to see if we can get the answer. And we can start with that, and then if anyone else has any questions. Okay, so that takes us back to the channel. So the question is around this error. So an indexer service error occurred where the query receipt does not have the minimum value, and there's the expected value and the received value, and I suggested to increase the max receipt value GRT, but that hasn't seemed to improve. So I'm wondering if, Gustavo, you have a suggestion to that.
Hey.
Hi.
You hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So that specific error, every time you find a minimum value, this is related to your cost models. So in TAP, now we have the cost models. So we are enforcing the gateways to respect your cost model. So that minimum value is related to your cost model. there are a few indexers that have their cost model set too high, and the gateway also has a budget. So it has that target of $40 per million query, if I'm not mistaken. And if your value is too higher than that amount, they're gonna try to send the maximum that they can, and because it's not enough for your expected value, you're gonna reject a few queries. So I suggest you to lower a little bit your cost models, probably to close to that $40 per million query, and that's it. That's how you solve these things. The max receipt value GRT is something else. It's related to the so we expect TAP to receive small receipts, and like if you are receiving, for example, 10 GRT from a sender, something is not correct. They might be trying to send something to you that might break your system, and that's why they're sending you a lot of GRT, so you accept. So that's why you have that max receipt value GRT. So this is the maximum a receipt can be, and the minimum is related to your cost model.
Thank you. I will make sure to pass this message along and respond to that. I also shared the link from last week for anyone who wasn't here. So with that, does anyone else have any questions around TAP migration or any issues you've been coming across that you'd like to ask about?
Also, just FYI, thank you so much for sharing the recap there on the Pinex blog. So it's great to see the recap. So if anyone wants to get clued up on what we discussed last week in relation to TAP, that is the best place to go. Check it out. So yeah, feel free to keep asking the questions for TAP related things. There's another question in the chat, Anna.
So the question is, from monitoring the migration, are there enough indexers that have moved? I don't have the details in front of me. Gustavo, do you know?
I haven't updated since last week. I think that we are close to 85% of queries, 80% queries, and there are two big indexers that are probably joining us in a moment, which may sound like 95% of the queries are already routing through TAP. So we are ready, I guess, to the update, but we are still we are still giving support for everyone that still wants to come, and we are here to help and migrate things. In the background, I'm gonna run the script and check what is the percentage of queries, and I can give you the updated in a moment.
That's amazing. It'll be really interesting to hear. Mark Andre seems to be typing, so I'm assuming there's another question coming up soon as well. That's really good to hear. That's amazing. Mark Andre just says, "Great news. This rollout is going great. In my opinion, improvements across the board in software, responsive devs, and excellent communication, which is really, really good to hear. These things are never easy, and so it's good to hear that there seems to be a smooth transition with TAP and that things are working well. Yeah, always good to hear. While Gustavo is coming up with the response there to the previous question about migration numbers, folks, feel free to keep asking. I mean, I'm also quite curious, like, what's the main challenge that you guys are facing in the TAP migration? Who here actually is yet to be migrated over? That's what I want to know. So maybe put your hand up or put something in the chat, maybe to share. Upgrade index. Okay. And as a follow-up to PINX 2 is done, PINX 1 is to do. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, reason why I ask who's upgrading, who isn't, is to kind of ask a follow-up question for those who aren't. What's the main reason? So maybe, okay, seems like, let's see, we're hoping to finish it first. It's a fundraiser, okay. We're still actually not receiving queries. Okay, cool. So yeah, maybe for the folks who said that, I mean, it sounds like everyone is kind of progressing towards that. I see Mickey, you're typing, so I'm assuming you're going to respond to with an update on the upgrade indexer and what the challenges are there. I'm very curious to know. And Gustavo seems to have shared the numbers here. So about 36 indexes are running out of 88, which is about 40%, and the percentage of queries is 82%, which is very interesting. Let's see. As soon as PINX.
Yeah, this updated chart is, so there are two big indexers missing, which are the upgrade indexer and PINX. As soon as they start running TAP, we go to up to 96% percentage of queries.
Oh, that's huge. Okay, got it. That makes a lot of sense. And then Mickey's responded, upgrade indexer is a single point of failure for many subgraphs, primarily chains without rewards, so we can't entertain any downtime. Got it. Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, cool. Well, also maybe PINX, it seems like PINX 2 is done, PINX 1 is to do. Any particular holdups there, or any challenges you're facing with PINX 1? Matthew, very curious to hear, and I guess this would be a fantastic forum to maybe share some of that, because maybe in sharing that, other people can learn and perhaps maybe fix their own issues as well. So yeah, feel free to share some stuff there, Matthew, if you can. Okay, got it. That's a pretty straightforward response. Just not blocked by anything. Okay, good to hear. And it's always good to exercise judgment like that, where you just give PINX 2 some time to be stable before moving everything over with PINX 1 as well. Okay, great. All right. Yeah, upgrade requires some downtime as far as I know. Yes, it does. Gustavo has been helping us scheme out a way to avoid downtime. Great. Good to hear. Let's see. We're still not receiving any queries. Okay, Anna seems to have responded to that. Send any errors you see. Okay, cool. Actually, you know what would be really useful? Josh from Shooting Fast, if you could share the specific errors that you're seeing, and maybe Anna and Gustavo can help, like, almost debug real time. I really like when we do that because in helping you, we can also help other people as well. So maybe you can share some stuff, and then we could try to make this like an interactive session as opposed to taking it offline, because I think doing things like this in the open really helps everyone learn. So if you're open to that, that would be fantastic. I see you typing there, so I'll let you I'll let you type there. I don't have access to them, unfortunately. Colin and I chatted with Gustavo last week and progressed, just not all the way. Colin's off. Okay, got it. Okay, well, that's fair enough. Yeah, hopefully that gets sorted once Colin's back, and I'm sure Gustavo will help you out. I just pretend to be a dev. Fair enough. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, glad to hear that Gustavo's helping out there. He seems to be helping out a bunch of people, including Edgenode, which is great. So, good to hear. Keep them coming, folks, in terms of questions and kind compliments, like Mark Andre said as well. That'd be great. We're hoping to. Okay, so Gemma says we're hoping to finish the infra migration first. It's a fun race. Maybe you could share a bit more about how that's going, Gemma. Again, as a way of kind of sharing with others your kind of process and how things are going, and maybe we can learn some stuff there. And also, if you could be specific around like infra migration, I'd be interested to learn more. So we're just moving to a shiny new hardware and data set. Okay, cool. Got it. And what's the ETA on that? Do you think you'll be able to get everything done by the deadline? Soon. Love to hear that. Well, wishing you all the best with the migration. Yeah, soon trademark. Good luck. Hopefully it'll be done before the deadline. That would be ideal. Cool. Amazing. Let's see.
Hey, Bill.
Yes. What's up?
I think something that I could say here is how we are structuring not how I am doing, but how I suggested to Miki and Edgenode how to do the upgrade without downtime.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing. What a great idea. Yeah, feel free to go ahead. Yeah, thank you.
All right. One thing why we recommend people to close their allocations and then start their new do the upgrades for TAP and start using the new software after that is because there's no easy way to tell the gateway, hey, please stop sending me queries because I'm doing something here, or yeah. And another thing is that the gateway queries you every minute to check what is your version and update accordingly the receipt type that they're sending you. So that's the reason why we ask people to close their allocations, so then they can upgrade, and then the gateway, when you open a new allocation, the gateway queries you again with the new version, and this new version, they start sending the new query receipts. But the upgrade indexer, as Miki already told, they cannot afford downtime because they have lots of, they are the single point of failure for many subgraphs. And one suggestion that we have, so the main difference for a request from V1 to V2 is that the header has a different receipt name. Oh, they have different receipts, but they also have different receipt names. So for TAP for pre-TAP scalar, you have scalar receipt, and for TAP receipts, you have TAP receipt. So one thing that we are planning to do is put a reverse proxy in front of the indexer. I think most of indexers already do that. They use Nginx or they use 𝗨𝗀𝗂𝗪. I'm not sure if anyone is using that. There's also the other one, I forgot the name. But yeah, usually people use reverse proxy in front of it so we can have traffic. Thanks, Mark Andra. So people usually use those traffic and Nginx, so you can route things and you can have a proxy, so you can load balance between multiple indexer services. But a cool thing is that you can have a rule inside that to route accordingly to the headers. So the suggestion was the following. You have a route rule where if the header contains scalar receipt, you send to the older indexer, and if the header contains step receipt, you send to the new indexer stack. So you make sure that both of them are running, and you have different internal hosts for each of them, and you route according to this. And then the version you can route to the version that you're planning to do. Like, you just route the subgraph endpoint, and all of the other ones you route for a specific one that you are targeting. So initially, they're planning to still use the older version, so they should probably route to the indexer TypeScript. But then when they switch to the indexer RS, the next time that the gateway sends you a /version, they're gonna start sending the new receipts. But until then, you can still route to the older stack. And this way you can have zero downtime. And when you update from one to the other, you can easily do that by just switching one thing inside Traffic or Nginx. And in case there is any problem, you can just route again to the older stack, and that probably should just revert on the next /version. So this is the suggestion how we are planning to do that. I'm not sure, like this is not too, maybe the bigger indexers could benefit from this strategy, but now they've already migrated. It doesn't make sense. But for the upgrade indexer, that is really useful. So they can route and they can make sure that everything is running and receiving queries and accepting receipts, and have a smooth transition.
Boom, that was a whole ton of alpha right there. So I'm sure folks have questions. So if anyone does, fire away. Just getting some nice comments there about how this is a cool strategy. See a few people typing as well. Also very curious from Payne, not to put you on the spot there. How's it going with you? Have you migrated yet? And yeah, how's it going? If you're open to discussing that. Oh, somebody left. I hope that wasn't Payne. Stack is offline, working on a bunch of stuff. Okay, got it. Yes, I remember you said you wrecked your indexer. Ricky, I hope everything's okay, man. Are you open to discussing any of that stuff, or not? It's up to you. Got it. Makes sense. Thanks for letting us know, Payne. No wonder one of these allocation amounts I can put. No wonder these allocation amounts I can put are crazy high. Well, okay. Folks, any questions? Gustavo dropped a bunch of alpha on how to make the transition without a massive amount of downtime. So keen to hear people's thoughts on that, and maybe I'll have any questions answered. I'm still allocated. That's Paint just flexing. We love that. We love a good flex here and there. Very nice. Also, open door as well for questions on tap in general, not just what Gustavo said there. Vince is typing. Oh, this is typing. While folks are typing, oh, okay, let's see. Payne, you had a thing posted for what you did with this. Was that good? There's a question for you, Payne, there in the chat. Feel free to respond. There you go. Other than Pinax and Node, everyone hears you. Yes, that's a good question. So, other than Pinax and Node, anyone else using? Is everyone here using Tap? Obviously, Payne mentioned that he's got some issues with his indexer and he's trying to sort that out. But for everyone else, I'm just curious, like, what's the level of adoption in the room right now? Quite curious from the DApp Looker team. I know you guys are quite active in the indexing game. Maybe you could share in the chat what your or via voice if you'd like your where you are in the whole kind of Tap migration. Same for Indexer DAO as well. I see you're here. Oh, Tap ready? Okay, good to see. Good to see. That's a nice screenshot from 𝗨𝗂𝗂 𝗟𝗶. In fact, I could. You know what I can do? I can just go to 𝗨𝗂𝗂 and search up people's indexers. That's what I'm going to do right now. That's going to be quite fun. So let's see. I'm going to look up the DApp Looker one right now. Very curious to see where those guys are at. Let's see. Ooh, DApp Looker. I'm not sure if I've got the right one. Indexers, sort of. Indexers. DApp Looker. Seems like you guys might not be on Tap yet, so very curious to hear your perspective. Planning to upgrade, have not yet. Okay, cool. So what's the issue? What seems to be the issue? Because this would be a great place to have any of those issues ironed out, or maybe it's just a resource constraint thing, and so that's understandable. I see that you're typing. Just bandwidth from our side. Okay, got it. Any specific questions you have? I mean, now is a great time to have them be answered because we've got some experts in the room right now. So, any particular questions on the topic? In the meantime, Slim, would you like to share some updates with the rest of the folks here on how your experience was upgrading to Tap, as Gustavo has asked? I see Slim is typing. Rathops is also using it as well, which is great. I'm not the one who personally did it. So I'm not the one to personally make the update, so okay. Got it. Okay. Understood. I'm assuming someone else in the indexer DAO did the upgrade. Let's see who else we have in the group. Oh, John is a newer indexer. I remember you joined us recently, and you've been consistently coming. How's your TAP migration going? Do you have any questions? Going well. I started on TAP, so didn't have to migrate. Ah, great. That's amazing. Do you have any questions with your current indexing setup? How's it going? Are you very curious to see if you have any underlying questions so we can get them answered. That's a really good point, Mark Andre. I assumed that, because we always talk about it at IOH, I assumed that it was kind of getting out there, but yeah, definitely worth doing an announcement there. So I'll make a note of that and get onto that pretty soon, maybe even after this call. I did update all our infidel tests, and that was also good to hear. Good to hear, Slim. Thanks for sharing. No questions right now. Still scaling on my indexer operation. Great. Do you have any questions around that as well? Because again, this is not only a good place to discuss TAP, but also to discuss general kind of indexer related questions, because we have a lot of competent indexers in the room right now who can definitely answer your questions. I think an email went out from the foundation. I would assume so. I think the foundation and Edgenode are doing quite good on the announcements. But in any case, I think it's worth putting an extra word out. I think you can't, especially with something like TAP, you can't say enough. You run the risk of being a bit too spammy, a bit too annoying to people sometimes, but it's better people know about this and are fully prepared and don't have any issues. So I am happy to make an additional announcement on the indexer announcements. So yeah, thanks for flagging. Okay, who else do we have? Professor has given me so much power, I could just literally look up people's indexes and say, have you migrated to TAP yet? Okay, let's see. Vince, let's see, you're next. Notify. Let's see. I know you're with Pinax as well, but also I want to see if your indexes for your personal indexer is also very migrated. Notify. Dun dun dun. Oh, it's tap pending. Okay. He's on the road. He's on the road. He's almost there. Oh no! Somebody left. Please don't embarrass me. Sorry, guys. Oh man, Prof. Sear is giving me too much power. This is bad. This is really bad. Well, luckily you're on the road. And Pinax is on the road as well, which is good to see. GM, alright, nice to see you here. Tap shaving out. No, I don't mean it to shame. It's just I just want to make sure everybody's is on the right path and is make sure all questions are answered and there's no issues. Alrighty, let's see. So we got Graph Africa. Let's see. There's I think there's an indexer for that, right? Graph Africa. What's the name of the indexer there? I don't think is it Graph Africa? I'm not sure. Please let me know if can't submit. Fair enough, Gemma. Fair enough. It's not. I don't mean to shame. It's more so. Let's make sure that everybody is you know prepared for the inevitable, right? It's better to turn in your homework before the deadline as opposed to after. As what I tried. What I tried to do when I was at school, and I try and do in real life as well. So I'm just trying to gently nudge people towards getting it done before the deadline, because why stress yourself when the deadline is around the corner, when you have all the time in the world now before that. He doesn't understand how ADHD works and last minute deadline. This is true. I definitely can appreciate the other side. Oh no, people are leaving. This is the worst. I am playing good cop, bad cop. But it's not. I mean, I'm just trying to help people. As Abel says, this is a conversation. He likes to disturb. That's funny, Josh. That's funny. We're nerds. This is our exercise. That's hilarious. Why not stress yourself? This is a roller coaster. We love that. Yeah, that's a good way to increase heart rate for sure. Stress, with deadlines. This is really funny. Okay. Tem, 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 Temi. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I believe you're also part of the. Where's your? Oh, pay Slim. You got me there. You got me. Where's my index and where's my? Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I ought to set up a testnet one, to be fair. But I would do. Whether I do a real one is TBC. I think there are some complications there that I'm not at liberty to say on the call right now, but there's no excuse why I can't have a testnet indexer. So TBC, soon, TM. Soon, TM. There you go. That was a good one, Slim. You got me there. So Graph Africa, can you send me the link or the name of your indexer so I can do some investigations on Graphia if you're available, if you're free, if you can hear me. I see that you're typing. I think that's the last one. As far as where I could be. Where is Mac? Mac seems to have left. I would have loved to have put the spotlight on Mac, but he's gone. Okay, Mac is the only indexer I know. Okay. Is he the one who's leading the? Because there is a Graph Africa indexer, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm assuming by your comment here, Mac seems to be running that one. Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. Unless anyone else wants to flag an indexer they're working on and maybe their progress towards migration. That's it. Graphica. That's it. I knew that was the name. Well, I knew there was a name for it, but I forgot the name. So is it .eth, the indexer? Like this? Or was it just Graphica? I'll check now. Okay, it's .eth. Oh, there's a 404 on Graphseer. That's interesting. That shouldn't happen. Well, we might have found a bug. Try that again. So, Africa. Yeah, okay, that's a 404. That's an issue. Well, that's great that we found that, because that's not good. Yeah. Maybe status.
Is that on 𝗨𝗀𝗂𝗧.com because it still works for me?
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. I'm on 𝗨𝗀𝗂𝗧.com. Maybe I can. I mean, I'm happy to share my screen. I just where I can just share my screen. Share. How do I do that on an iPad? There, you go. Screen. You guys see my screen? Just gonna refresh that. Go here, and then I'm gonna paste in Africa loading.
Oh, I see what you mean. I
And
thought you meant the website was down. I'll
Oh,
check this
no.
specific indexer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. It's good to see that. Yeah, I mean, it's good that we found that out so we can get that sorted. Cool. I get a 404 as well. Cool. Yeah, we'll get that sorted. We'll forward that on to the team. Never mind, I found it. Okay, cool. I can't see my index. Yeah, your index is already there. What's the name of your indexer, John K? Very curious. Okay, cool. We'll check you out. Good stuff. Alrighty, well, I think that's pretty much everyone in terms of indexers. Let me know if everyone is going No, I hope I haven't scared anyone. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone, is fully prepared for the inevitable deadline. That's funny. Okay. So who's already upgraded to the latest graph node? Seems like not yet. For graph ups. Anyone else? Slim chances writing. Oh man, why did you make it sound so morbid, Slim? That's funny. That is funny. I'll give you that. That's good. That is good. I'm just trying to help, guys. I'm trying to be useful. I don't mean to sound like a megalomaniac. Okay. All right. Well, if nobody has any further questions, I will take this opportunity to say thank you all for coming on today's Index Officers. Hope I haven't done too much of that. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Comment. So regarding the
Yeah.
latest version, the graph node latest version, that hasn't passed the. It's not yet part of the feature support matrix, so it needs to be voted by the council before we upgrade it to mainnet. I think that's how this works, but basically if you look here, oh, we don't do that anymore, so that's not the thing anymore. Okay, then ignore me, go ahead and upgrade. Sorry.
That is hilarious, Vince. Well, all right, here. To make everyone feel better, I will share the POAP code right here. There is the chat. Oh, why is Discord on iPad is very laggy. Jeez Louise, I'm trying to share the code and it's just hold on. The code is Tuesday, Bluesday. The dash in the middle, but I'm struggling for some reason to share that. Paste in the chat. Let me just try this again. Tuesday, innit? Yeah, that's right. Just like the Brits. It's Tuesday, innit? Love the memes, love the memes. It's not letting me bloody hell. Discord. When you need it to work, doesn't work. It's on the agenda, so make sure to get it. It's Tuesday dash Blues Day. Or what? There you go. Let me try and bloody a bottle of water. Yeah, that's that's us. That's the Brits. That's funny. That is really funny. This bloody Discord iPad app is shite. Absolute shite. Garbage. November spawned a monster. No, so do check the Notion page now. It should be updated. Sorry, I didn't update that before. But it's Tuesday, Blues Day. Tuesday spelled Tuesday, not CHEWSDA. Whatever the fuck, however the fuck people spell it. Tuesday, Blues Day. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. Tuesday, CHEWSDAY. No, incorrect. TUESDAY. Okay, well, thank you all for joining today's Index Office Hours. This is a really fun one. I'm sorry if I put people on the spot. I just wanted to make sure everyone feels like they are sufficiently ready for the inevitable, as 𝗨𝘀𝗀𝗳𝗂𝗪 highlighted. Getting a POAP on Tuesday in it. Some quality trolling on here. Yes, it's the finest. Index Office Hours is the best place for trolling. I feel like it's tier 1, S tier trolling. Well, look, I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you for joining today's Index Office Hours. Really do appreciate Anna and Gustavo for helping out, making sure everyone is fully prepared for the migration. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to continue coming to these. We're going to do another one as well. We just want to make sure that we're fully available and ready for the inevitable upgrade. So we'll do another one of these next week, and hopefully we can share more content then, so we can spark more questions. I will work with Anna and Gustavo to figure out something there. And we'll see you again, 5 p.m. UTC. Thanks, everyone. Can't claim POAP. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Friggin' the window. Damn it. Still not fixed. Okay, so you can claim the POAP, but it's from 6:45. Yeah, wrong time zone. So 6:45 p.m. UTC to 7:15 UTC. So I will... Damn it. I thought that was fixed now. Okay. Thank you for flagging that. Let me fly to Russia real quick. BRB. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. I'll try and get that sorted for next week. Thanks for flagging that, guys. Yeah, I'll get that sorted. Okay, as always, thanks again, and we'll see you again same time, 5 p.m. UTC. Hopefully the Pro app will also be working then as well. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye-bye.